is my
Everyone walked
diamond
out of
necklace?
that
I know
mansion
one of you
shaking,
took
but
it!
Nain stayed.
Madam,
Silent,
please. That's
calm,
enough.
and unbreakable, and what she unlocked in the millionaire's wife, no one saw coming. Everyone knew the mansion on Willow Lane, not just for its sprawling gardens or 12-car garage, but because every maid that entered never lasted. Not one. Some lasted 3 days, others quit by lunch, but all of them left with trembling hands and silent stares. And the reason was Isabel Riker. She was beautiful, tall, blonde, a white woman in her early 30s who wore dark red dresses like armor. Married recently to Malcolm Riker, a silver-haired millionaire twice her age. To outsiders, she was elegant and poised. But inside the walls of that mansion, her name was spoken in fear. Isabel didn't scream. She snapped. She didn't curse. She sliced with words so cruel they left bruises deeper than fists. She threw dishes, not in rage, but with surgical precision. Her smile could rot flowers. No one dared speak back to her until Nain arrived. It was raining the morning Nain walked through the tall iron gates. She wore a plain maid's uniform, brown dress, white apron, yellow gloves. Her dark skin was worn from years of cleaning homes that never felt like hers. But she needed this job, not for vanity, not for status, but for her son Jamal, age 8, nonverbal, in need of therapy she couldn't afford. When she stepped into the mansion, it was quiet, too quiet. The butler didn't greet her. The housekeeper barely nodded. They all knew this one wouldn't last. "Start with the living room." Isabel's voice rang from upstairs. Nain obeyed, gripping the mop and approaching the shining wood floors. She noticed a half-tipped bucket nearby and instinctively moved it. Too late. Crash. The water spilled. Footsteps thundered. And then silence. Nain looked up just as Isabel reached her. Without warning, the woman slapped her across the face, the sting echoing louder than the splash. The room froze. Even Malcolm, standing in the corner holding a briefcase, looked shocked but said nothing. Isabel glared. "Are you that stupid or just lazy?" Nain's cheek burned. Her eyes watered, but she didn't speak. She bent down, picked up the mop, and began cleaning. "I asked you a question," Isabel hissed. Still, Nain didn't look up, just softly replied, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'll do better." Word spread quickly. "She didn't quit," the staff whispered. Some laughed. Others watched in disbelief. Isabel ramped up her attacks. Burned Nain's uniform by accident. Hid cleaning supplies. Spilled red wine just to see how she'd react. Nain just cleaned it up. When Isabel called her a walk-in pity project, Nain smiled and said, "I hope your day gets better." She never fought back, not because she was weak, but because she understood something no one else did. Pain doesn't always need to be passed on. Day by day, pressure built like steam in a sealed room. Malcolm watched from afar, silent, detached, maybe ashamed, maybe cowardly, but he noticed. One night, after Isabel hurled a vase just inches from Nain's head, Malcolm finally said, "Isabel, enough." Isabel turned sharply. "She's not even flinching. Doesn't that creep you out?" Nain gently picked up the broken shards. "No, ma'am. I've just seen worse." Isabel rolled her eyes. "Of course you have." But Malcolm didn't laugh. For the first time, he looked at Nain differently. One morning, Nain found Isabel sitting in the grand hallway, staring at her reflection in the mirror. She looked tired. Makeup was smeared, her hair unbrushed. Nain didn't say anything. She just placed a clean towel beside her and walked away. That night, Nain returned home late. Jamal was asleep on the floor, his toy trucks scattered beside him. She kissed his forehead and whispered, "2 more weeks, baby. Then I can afford that appointment." She looked in the mirror and saw the swelling on her cheek from 3 days earlier. Still, she didn't cry because she had endured far worse. And she knew something was shifting. Even Isabel's silence was starting to speak. Back at the mansion, Isabel stood alone in her bedroom, staring at the perfectly made bed Nain had prepared. Tucked corners, fluffed pillows, a fresh flower placed delicately on the nightstand. She didn't know why, but she sat on the edge and touched the flower for a brief second. She didn't feel alone. She didn't understand it. Not yet. But something inside her had started to soften. And Nain was the reason. For days after the mirror moment, Isabel didn't say much.
No komansvart. No tantrums.
No shattered glass. She passed Nain in the hallway without a word, her expression unreadable. But Nain could feel it. The air had changed. On Monday, Nain placed a warm towel by the shower and a cup of lemon water by the bed. On Tuesday, she noticed Isabel's shoes scattered in a hurry, so she arranged them gently, even left a note. "Your favorite one squeaks a little. I can take them to a cobbler if you'd like." Isabel didn't respond, but she didn't scoff either. By Thursday, something happened no one saw coming. Nain had just finished mopping the east wing when she heard crying. Not muffled sobs, but loud, raw, unrestrained weeping. It was coming from the music room. Cautiously, she pushed the door open and saw Isabel on the floor. Makeup streaked, arms wrapped tightly around her knees. Her hands trembled. Nain froze.
Mom.
Isabel didn't look up. "Go away." But Nain didn't. She stepped inside quietly and sat a few feet away, saying nothing, just being there. After a long pause, Isabel whispered, "They said I'd never be enough for him, that I was just a young body to make him feel powerful." Nain didn't move. "I thought if I could control the house, I could control the fear." Her voice cracked. "But every night I look in the mirror and I see the girl they warned me about, angry, lost." She turned to Nain slowly. "And you? You just keep showing up no matter what I do." Nain's eyes softened. "Because you needed someone to stay." Isabel's lip trembled. "Why?" Nain smiled, her voice calm. "Because I've been the woman no one stayed for." That night, everything changed. The next morning, Isabel entered the kitchen early. No heels, no makeup, just slippers and a robe. She poured Nain a cup of coffee. The staff stared, speechless. Isabel placed the cup in front of her. "I don't know how to say thank you for not walking away." Nain's hand trembled slightly as she accepted the cup. "You just did." Over the next weeks, the mansion felt different, lighter. Isabel stopped berating the staff. She asked questions. She apologized for old outbursts, not all at once, but piece by piece. And Nain? She didn't just become the housekeeper. She became the heart of the home. One afternoon, Malcolm returned early from a board meeting. As he walked into the living room, he stopped cold. There on the carpet, where once Isabel had thrown a vase in rage, sat his wife laughing. Not a polite chuckle, a real, genuine laugh. And beside her sat Nain, showing her how to fold linen napkins into swans. Malcolm blinked, stunned. The woman who had made every maid cry was folding napkins with the one maid who refused to leave. That evening, Isabel waited for Nain in the hallway. "Do you have a minute?" she asked softly. Nain nodded. "I want to show you something." She led her to the guest suite. Inside, the lights were dim and a file sat on the table. "This," Isabel said, is a scholarship fund I started this morning for children with developmental disabilities. Nain's eyes welled. You did this. Isabel nodded. For your son. And for others like him. I don't deserve this, Nain whispered. Isabel took her hand.
No.
But maybe I do. The next day, the housekeeper gathered the staff. She held up a sheet of paper. Nain has been promoted to head of household. Applause, then applause. Even Malcolm clapped, smiling, proud, humbled. But the proudest moment came hours later when Nain returned home. Jamal ran into her arms. Tears in her eyes, she whispered, "They see me now, baby. And one day they'll see you too." What no other maid could survive. Nain transformed, not with power, not with fear, but with patience, compassion, and the one thing Isabel never thought she'd need. A woman who stayed when everyone else gave up. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes in the power of kindness. Tell us in the comments. Have you ever stayed strong when others gave up? Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.